6 more, Topper. And yes, that is my voice gone to absolute shit again. Welcome into the PHLY Phillies post-game show podcast. Renee, Washington. I'm Jamie Lynch. We got Chris, Tyler, and Andrew all hanging out here celebrating a 10-0 ass whooping.
Open up a can of whoop ass.
Circle this wagon, you jackasses. Got him. That was a lot of fun tonight.
That was a lot of fun. Honestly, the fun started before the game even began. The tailgating.
By the way, let's just get the elephant in the room out in the open here. I thought Philadelphians knew how to tailgate. Mexicans and the Mexican national football team fans. Wow.
You win.
You know how to tailgate. We don't know shit. That was a party down there tonight in Lincoln Financial Field. It was quite a scene as the Flyers, Mexico-Germany friendly, and the Phillies all kind of collided in the parking lots tonight. It was quite a scene, quite a great time down there in South Philadelphia. A lot of credit, the cops and stuff. They were working the traffic, and we took the subway, so, we didn't really feel the brunt of it, but it looked like, all in all, for 120,000 people being down there tonight, things were as smooth as could be.
All I've got to say is, Grove Street, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Yeah, the party began before the first pitch was even thrown. Mexico literally set the tone. I agree with you, Jamie. And I danced in some of the Mexican tailgates because Jamie doesn't dance and I have to carry the team. And the party started way before the Phillies game began. It set the tone because, listen, we're raising the bar. We've been raising the bar on the show. And we were raising the bar again tonight at Citizens Bank Park with the tailgates that were happening. It wasn't the Flyers. It wasn't the Phillies. It was the Mexican supporters. And their fan base had the empanadas, the ceviche, the tacos, the music. And we were going into Citizens Bank Park since Jamie and I were at the game tonight. Feeling pretty good. So it's only right that the game continued with that same tempo of a sweet 10-run game. 10! How you like them apples?
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't matter if Citizens Bank Park is the loudest, ballpark that any of those Diamondbacks have played in, Merill Kelly. But what matters is that final result. Holy crap. What a statement victory. NLCS. We're not talking wild card round. We're not talking NLDS. We're talking NLCS. This is the Final Four. And the Phillies put up a big, big victory. How are we feeling, everybody? Welcome in, John Blaze, Martian Lynch, Kevin, Martian, Dave, Charles, Spiral Out, Big Mike, Mickey D, Ezra. Woo! How are we feeling after tonight's victory? How many runs did we give up against the Diamondbacks, Jamie?
0.
How many runs did we score, Jamie?
10. What was that, Diaz? Woo! Diaz. That was. I have my emotional support football with me, although it wasn't needed tonight.
Diaz.
As a SpongeBob.
I don't know SpongeBob. You guys know this.
How many? Yeah, Tyler's got it.
I'm glad somebody got it.
I don't know where
you kids
Eugene
and your
Krabs is.
SpongeBob.
I don't know where. At least you picked up on a little Spanish.
I felt like
Espanol.
I felt like such an old man on the subway back when the teens were vaping and drinking on a Tuesday night. I was like, in what world are these kids just riding the subway, vaping their asses
Listen, we were
off?
coming back from Citizens Bank Park on the subway. I also felt very old. I'm only 31. I felt very old watching kids that were young enough to be my own children vaping on the way back, and we were cheering for the fact that the Phillies were winning. Listen, how do you say 0 in Spanish, Big Mikey D? Zero. Oh, you know that.
Zero. 6 more, Topper. That's absolutely right. There's a lot to get into about tonight.
But first,
go ahead.
Shots. shots, shot, 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 shot. Victory, shot, 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 shot. Where is Chris at? Shot, 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 shot. You weren't ready for that.
I really selfishly. I want this over on Friday night.
Wait a minute. Can we just talk about this plating?
Wow.
If we were on like a Top Chef type of a show right now, alcohol version after dark. Look at this plating right here. PHNX Diamondbacks. Is this what you're having right now? Didn't think so.
No, they tweeted out that they would like us to delete the show from the other day. And sexy voice man, Derek, with his Diamondbacks in 5 prediction, once it's stricken from the internet forever. So I don't know if we can do that because the internet keeps receipts.
All right, I hope you guys have your shots too, by the way.
Nor will I try to delete that. But no, that lives forever, Derek. I'm sorry.
Everybody get your shots in the chat. Let us know when you're ready. Drop a shot emoji or yes or we're ready to go or let's
Spiral
effing
out
go.
Scott you with the emojis.
Or something. Yes.
All
Okay,
right,
Andrew,
cheers.
Chris,
6 more.
Jamie, Tyler, 6 more.
6 more, Topper. Woo. Yeah. So lots of places to start. I think Aaron Nola is ultimately the story of the night, but I think Trey Turner got that game started again with a foot on the throat. First inning home run. He owned Merill Kelly. We kind of talked about in some of our videos today. He's seen him a lot being with the Dodgers the past couple of years. I think he's an above 400 hitter versus them. And he got it started, and he just kind of, as Wheeler would say back in the day, he buggy whipped one to left center field. He got all of that one. We were upstairs right above the batter. As soon as he swung, it was gone. And then Schwarber, again in the third. That ball was barely high enough to get out of here, but it was hit hard enough to get out of there. And the Phillies just continue to mash. The Himbos are feeling themselves. They're hitting home runs. Nobody wants to play them. We all know the Texas Rangers are playing great baseball right now. I'm just gonna say it, and I don't feel bad about it, and I don't think this is a jinx-free statement. The Phillies are going to the World Series.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know how you.
Chris didn't like it. No, you're gonna jinx it. No, I'm not gonna jinx it. I have nothing to do with the World Series. It is over. They might sweep them.
Today.
Nope.
No, we don't.
That's because Tyler made an image. This time there's no image made.
We don't believe in jinxes around here.
The Phillies are going to the World Series.
First of all, you can't look at the game tonight. And even honestly, yesterday's game was very similar in how we started off very hot. I predicted hot bats tonight. And I would say having 10 runs scored is exactly that. Without a doubt, the Phillies have locked themselves in. I don't see any world that we're in where the Diamondbacks, after tonight's performance, have even the mental capacity to come back and win this series. It's only 2-0, but it's a whomping 2-0. And let's take a step back and just look at the bigger picture. You watch the team completely dominate you. We held the Braves scoreless. We just held the Diamondbacks scoreless. It was not even a close game. It was over. I mean, Jamie and I were taking the subway back. That 6th and 7th inning, you could have probably knit an entire sweater during that 6th and 7th inning because it was so long.
That was a long inning.
8 scored runs between those 2 innings. That's a pivotal point of the game. Pivotal. And the Phillies put up 8 runs in the 6th and 7th inning. And the Diamondbacks, much like every other inning of the game, put up 0. I mean, it's just a mental beat down that you were watching them celebrating. Kyle Schwarber, a pair of home runs. Trey Turner, JT, I predicted he was going to get a home run tonight. Did not, but an RBI. We'll take an RBI double. I mean, you're watching different guys coming in celebrating. Orion coming in to close things out. It was just such a feel-good victory for the Phillies that I'm not feeling any sort of jinx that after tonight you're going to turn and take your foot off the gas and somehow make this a series that the Diamondbacks can win. So, Chris, this is a jinx-free statement that Jamie's making, and I fully agree.
Thanks for the support, partner.
Of course, of course. I know I like to make fun of you a lot, but I'm supporting you on this.
I've noticed that.
Ride or die.
Yeah.
For sure. It's the Phillies going to the World Series.
Yeah, I think
you can't look at tonight and think anything else.
I don't know if I've seen a team over the past postseason or this one that's been more mentally shook by Citizens Bank Park.
Shook.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the loudest ballpark that they've played in. Merill Kelly's been in a louder spot. Merill Kelly says that playing against Venezuela, and I agree. I think the World Baseball Classic was loud. It was great to see, but nothing compares to Citizens Bank Park. And to completely ignite a flame under a fan base going into game 2, I would have rather, if you're Merill Kelly, you wait until after game 2 to then make that comment and say, like, listen, you got out of 2 games at Citizens Bank Park. You're going back to Arizona. Maybe now you make those comments. But how bold are you? I know the Phillies like to do our cojones celebration. How big are your cojones that you think you can make it a statement like that going into game 2 at Citizens Bank Park, already down 1-0, and expect that for some reason the fan base is not going to come out? Every single inning, it was Merill, 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 over and over and over and over again. So Merill, who, I agree with you, Spylout, can't hear you. Why would you sit up and completely give this team that already, as you're talking about, Vince, built to win it all, any extra ammunition? We saw how that played out for Orlando Arcia. Merill Kelly, we're just going to add you to another list of victims that have come through and caught all this smoke that the Phillies are bringing.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why you would try to make life tougher for yourself. I understand you're an athlete. Nothing's supposed to intimidate you. But guess what? You're a human being with a brain between your ears, and pitching in an environment like that is not going to be fun. And we feed off of that stuff. I just don't understand. Hopefully, well, actually not hopefully, but, if you're other athletes, hopefully they learn that it's a bad idea. Just don't give us a reason to get on top of you. And that this Phillies team feeds off of Citizens Bank Park. They really do. I mean, first inning home runs like that, that's not a coincidence. They have that extra adrenaline going. It's just, why make it tougher on yourself? I don't understand it. And he probably didn't even realize he was doing it. Like, he probably didn't mean it to be like a shot at Citizens Bank Park. He was probably just like, yeah, that game in Miami was like the loudest thing I've ever heard.
That's my problem.
And your ERA in the World Baseball Classic, Merill, was 8.4. So maybe just keep that one in your keep that one in your back pocket. Even if you're thinking it, don't say it. But that Diamondbacks team looks completely demoralized. Somebody in the chat just said the PHNX postgame show is completely demoralized. They seem down bad.
They're saying, please win one, no sweep. According to VHS Queen, which is a great name, by the way.
I think it's going to be a sweep.
Sweep.
Because of this. I said it prior to game 1. I said the Diamondbacks, if they have any shot in this series, have to win probably 3 of the 4 games on the backs of Merill Kelly and Zach Gallen. And that wasn't even close to good enough.
No.
Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler are the best 1-2 in baseball. It's that simple. I know Montgomery's pitching lights out for the Rangers, but there's nobody close to the 1-2 punch that Aaron Nola, and let's get into him tonight, he was phenomenal. Him and Zach Wheeler are it. They are him. Whatever else the kids are saying, Renee, they were spectacular. Aaron Nola has now given you 5 starts in a row of way above quality baseball starts. Tonight was perhaps his best.
Yeah. And like Greg is saying in the chat, the Phillies are too much for them. I mean, you're starting 2 pitchers in Zach Gallen and Merill Kelly produced the 5-3 game. It was 5-3, whatever. Could have easily been more and should have been more. 10, nothing. I mean, it's just remarkable to me. This is how you're starting off the series. We go into the series as the Phillies with Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola. We're trying to set the tempo. We're coming out with our heavy hitters. Our aces are taking the mound to start. We're hoping that we're going to set the tone. And we did. This is the Diamondbacks setting the tone. 10-0 is the Diamondbacks setting the tone. And for Aaron Nola, I know we had our doubts as September, the start of September rolled around and he hit a slump and he hit a little bit of a wall. Martian, without a doubt, Aaron Nola is him. I mean, the way that he's pitching right now, Citizens Bank Park was electric supporting Nola. Every time Aaron Nola was coming up to the mound, it was let's go Nola. It was let's go Aaron. Everybody was cheering him on. And Aaron Nola is feeling that. I know Aaron Nola has been very, compared to other Phillies, been very reserved and quiet because he's also understanding that there's a potential he's not coming back to the Phillies next year. But at the end of the day, when you see Aaron Nola stepping up, he's showing why he's still a top pitcher in this league. And why in big moments you can count on Aaron Nola to get the job done. I mean, the start for tonight, to be able to hold, obviously the Diamondbacks were held scoreless all game, so that's not a stat that we're even, that's, we already know that coming in. But for Aaron Nola specifically, to have a game like today where you pitch 6 innings, you give up just 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, that's Aaron Nola. That's what we need from Aaron Nola. Just steady, just completely consistent, no drop-off at any point in time. There was never a moment through the course of Aaron Nola at the mound that you were nervous, and you trusted that Aaron Nola was going to continue to just hold the Diamondbacks. Eugene Krabs, I don't know that Aaron Nola can have my babies, but Aaron Nola's having a baby, just not with you. But Aaron Nola has continued to just show us why, despite that September slump, he's still a top pitcher in the league, and he's still our number 2 guy. And tonight was another example of that.
Yeah, the Phillies won 10-0, obviously. They become the first team to score double-digit runs, and this is courtesy of Corey Seidman, and shut out their opponent in the playoffs since the Royals did it in Game 6 of the 2014 World Series.
Whew.
The last National League team to do it was the 2009 Phillies in Game 3 of the NLCS against the Dodgers. Aaron Nola, Corey Seidman, he has 5 playoff starts now at Citizens Bank Park. His ERA in those 5 starts at home, 1.57. Oh, I didn't even know Tyler made a graphic. Look at this.
We're all in postseason form, all of us.
He
Nicely done,
was
Tyler.
spectacular tonight. He is spectacular in the postseason at Citizens Bank Park. NL Wildcard Game 2 versus the Marlins. They won. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, only 3 Ks. NLDS Game 3 versus the Braves. 5 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks, 6 hits, 1 walk. NLCS Game 2 tonight, obviously. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks, and then his 2023 total postseason numbers: 3-0, 16.2 innings pitched with a .96 ERA, 19 Ks, only 12 hits. I got to ask the people in the chat, since you're here hanging out with us. Obviously, if you win a World Series, I think it changes everything. But right now, Renee, are you giving Aaron Nola $200 million in the offseason? Because my answer is pretty simple. Yes. Yes, I am.
Where do I sign?
It's not my money.
Is it debit or credit?
John Middleton, I'll buy more hats and hoodies. I'll go to Foco. I'll buy more gear, whatever you need.
You need me to swipe a card? Is it just as simple as swiping a card? You know, it's been for anybody that just saw me swipe my
Bank
card.
Park being sold out and people being nuts.
Yeah, listen, I love what Orion, Hoffman, Craig, Jose, what different pitchers bring to the bullpen for the Phillies. But right now, Aaron is still the number 2 guy, and today
he's the number 1 on a lot of teams.
That's the craziest part about it. Aaron is our number 2,
and he had a down year.
On other teams he'd be number 1. I mean, look at the Diamondbacks pitchers, for example. For a number of teams right now, Aaron Nola could be a top pitcher, and I think to see the way that in the postseason you follow up a Zach Wheeler performance in the NLCS, NLDS, we drop Game 2, you come back and help us win Game 3. Wild card, steady. Like, postseason games to me matter way more than regular season. I know the regular season is obviously important. It's huge for postseason seeding and everything like that. But when you get to the playoffs, it's time to put up or shut up. And right now, Aaron Nola, despite the ups and downs, and he's admitted that he's had ups and downs.
He had his worst year in probably 6 years.
He definitely did. He admitted that, and he's aware of that. But then come playoff time right now, Aaron Nola has the guts, Greg. I agree with you. We're talking about the fightings, Joseph. Yes. I will drive Nola to... David says he'll drive Nola to Middleton's house to sign it. Listen, what do we have to do to set up the carpool system or the ride system? Hopefully it's not the $80 taxis and Ubers that we saw at Citizens Bank Park tonight to get Aaron Nola to be able to get that contract signed. What do we have to do? How do we have to make that happen? Because it's time to make sure that we can get Aaron Nola in front of John Milton, whoever it is, to make sure you can get that contract signed. I was fully on the bandwagon of moving on from Aaron Nola. This is our final time seeing him in a Phillies uniform. Not anymore. And yes, I think it was Spiral Out that called me out because you guys weirdly enough catch every single detail on PHLY Phillies podcast. I love it and hate it at the same time. I was having wardrobe issues because these overalls get a little bit stuck sometimes. You sit down and you're excited. But that's FOCO. FOCO is the place where you can buy any sort of apparel, merchandise. It's comfortable. Use that code PHLY. I am single-handedly leading, and I'm not saying this in a cocky way, single-handedly leading the FOCO purchases because I've had so many people ask me about where to buy these overalls. Well, if you're curious, you can go head over to FOCO and use that code PHLY, get 10% off, get these overalls. It does take some shifting because they have a really weird, it's a man size, so it's like a weird sitting thing. I don't know how you guys sit in clothes like this. Oh,
that's what we call the pants boner.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It is actually. It's a full on pants boner. These guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know how you guys deal with this, but as women, we're not, like, when you sit down, your clothes don't just bunch up in areas, but that's what's happening right now because I'm in a man's overall. But male, female, whatever size you're buying, check these out. So thank you, Spiral Out, and all of you guys for always catching every single detail about what me and Jamie do here.
Yeah, Greg, Lou, Ezra, Scott, Bob, Greg, 82 Fights, Eugene Krabs, all you guys. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Do us that small little favor while you're in here. But you're right, 6 more. And anytime you bring up Aaron Nola, even when we started in those final, 2 weeks of the season, basically, we launched, maybe 3, whatever it was. Aaron Nola is a polarizing figure. He always has been. I don't know. I've always said he's a great number 2. He's a team's number 1. Whatever it is, he's proven and dropped the moniker of being a big game choke artist. And he has gotten over those September woes. And now he's proven with a sub-1 ERA at Citizens Bank Park this postseason that he is a big game pitcher. Yeah. And it looks like of the chat, there was only one person in there, and I forget who, said if he wants 8 years and $200 million, kick rocks. Everybody else was, sign the man. He's proven to me that after a postseason of kind of struggling, to quote Joe Namath, he bounced back and answered it in a big, big way. And he's fully shifted my thinking into got to have him back. This team, Bryce Harper's 31, JT Realmuto's around the same. You know, Trey's like 28, 29. Castellanos is like 31. They're all in their core, and this could be a sustainable winning situation for several more years. And if you want to go at a Yamamoto this offseason, do it. It's not my money. John Middleton is a very rich man. I've always said I want him to go broke running the Phillies. I love how he runs the Phillies. So, go sign Aaron Nola to a contract extension. He's shown enough to me that he can be at the top end of my rotation any day. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're all in agreement. Let's get that petition started. It starts here with PHLY Phillies podcast to make sure that Aaron Nola is coming back and that we're locking in whatever it takes to keep Aaron Nola. I mean, John Cheeseburger saying Aaron Nola in just this postseason alone has almost made me want to reconsider every anti-Nola statement I've ever made. Yeah, I mean, you make me want to leave the one I'm with to find a new way to keep Aaron Nola here. I'm just going with Usher because whatever. I have no idea what you're saying. It's Usher. That was the Usher. We know no one else knows. Nobody knows Usher but me apparently here at PHLY. But I was just singing Usher. You make me want to, you know that song? No. I mean, maybe if I heard it. You guys know that song? Usher, you make me want to. You make me want to leave the. Why every time I try to make a statement on this show, it just falls and it just.
Goes right over. You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Tyler, you don't know that song either? Guys, do you know Usher? The point is, gosh, you know what's annoying? I'm trying to make a quick.
The fish song?
Usher, baby. Thank you, Big Mikey D. Thank you, John Cheeseborough. All I'm trying to do is use a really creative. Thank you, Ezra. It's just you guys then. You know what? Let me talk to you guys here.
Kevin said great
Let me
song.
talk to you guys here because nobody else. We're here, guys. Listen, I was just trying to make a great joke about how we want to keep Aaron Nola, basically. You make me want to find a way to keep Aaron Nola, and none of you guys know Usher. So it's just me, apparently. I'm here on an island by myself. Okay, that joke went over everyone's head. I am just getting everybody ready for halftime show journey. Thank you guys in the chat for, this is what you do. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
You don't know that song at all? That's original Usher. Dang it.
You saying that,
heck?
making it act like I've ever listened to Usher outside of like the pop
I was just trying to find a creative way to talk about keeping Nola is what I was trying to get at. Find a creative way. Yeah. I was trying to find a creative way to talk about keeping Nola. Holy crap.
I'm a Nickelback Creed guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I know Nickelback. Listen, find a way to want to keep Nola is why I was singing the song, because he makes me want to find a way to, hey, Dan Fritz. Hello, Lou. Oh, we got some new faces in here. Straight Bleach. Of course I'm an Usher girl. Usher, baby. Apparently Jamie is not an Usher person. No, we got to find a way to keep Aaron Nola, because when you look at what Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola are doing, it's more than just the performance. Let's get back to baseball here, because I lost you guys all on my joke. It's more than just the performance. When you see someone like Orion Kirkering come and take the mound, these types of players are literally learning from Aaron and Zach. Like, not only are you locking in the current and completely helping the Phillies to dismantle the Diamondbacks, but you're also setting the tone for the future bullpen of the Phillies to allow for players like Orion, who came in today and was, Orion. I know you know that one, Jamie.
I do.
What's the next line?
Auto parts. Did I get it?
Striking them out. Yes. Not only are you setting the tone for someone like Orion to come in, but you're also just showing this is how we. Oh, here's another song for you, JB.
This is how we do it?
Yes.
I know that one.
This is how we do it.
Is that Usher too?
I don't know why music is just completely leading my rant right now.
No, I'm joking.
But this is exactly what you're showing.
MBD said I'm whiter than a mimosa during a snowstorm on the main line. It's not like that. I'm not a yacht rock guy. I love hip hop, but Usher was always, it's just not my bag.
So I'm just, you know what? I should challenge myself to only speak in songs, because I'm killing it right now, and apparently you're not. But this is like Aaron and Zach and Aaron. I've had a lot to drink. Zach and Aaron, preface that. Zach and Aaron are literally leading the charge for this is what the Phillies bullpen is. This is how we're going to pitch. This is how we're going to be steady. This is how we're going to perform. This is how we're going to play in the postseason. They're setting the tone. They're setting the bar. And when you see Orion come in and close the game out, so, we talked about whether it's Sir Anthony or Soto or Craig, whoever it is, it starts with Zach and Aaron. So I love the fact that they've been absolutely consistent and steady. And in the postseason, the numbers that they've been putting up, I know we talked about it before, their ERA in the postseason, out of this world. I don't have it in front of me right now. I have to find it in my notes. It's been incredible to see what Aaron and Zach have been doing. So find a way to sign that man. It's a long answer for me to just say sign Aaron Nola.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat say go get Yamamoto, the Japanese ace, with Andrew Painter's injury and not seeing him next year. Yeah, why not both? Like, I don't give a damn. Go sign them all.
Get them all.
Like, I saw John Heyman put out a story today that said, pay attention, Dodgers, Mets, and other expensive teams. The Phillies are proving that you once again can buy titles. And look, the Yankees tried to do it for a long time after their core four came up, and they had some success just like buying, and then that fell off of a cliff. And it seemed like you needed, the homegrown kids plus a piece or two to do it. And I do think Heyman's article was a little unfair to the Phillies kind of daycare, and Aaron Nola is homegrown. And Rhys Hoskins, while he's not here this year, is homegrown. And Bryson Stott's homegrown. Alec Boehm's homegrown. Rojas, Brandon Marsh, like a good chunk of your team is still homegrown. And then you spliced in the money everywhere else. So it is a combination of the two. But you're not in this situation if it's not for Bryson Stott and Alec Boehm. And I know Alec Boehm's been struggling, but it was good to see him get that double tonight. He looked really happy when he looked towards the dugout and did his marbles kind of thing. So that was good for him to get off the schneid a little bit. So yeah, you can buy titles, and you also need the homegrown core to kind of add to it. And John Middleton, go spend every cent you have. Go broke running the Phillies. I love you. Keep it up, man. You're doing great.
Well, I know you mentioned the Yankees. Well, the Phillies tonight did make some history because every single postseason game, we've seen the Phillies make more and more history, and it's a beautiful thing to watch happen. So the Phillies have hit 12 home runs in their last 3 games, and now with that number, we're up to 19 total home runs in the postseason. But with those 12 home runs in the last 3 games, it does set a major league record for homers over a span of 3 postseason games. So you do the math, 3 postseason games, 12 total home runs, average about what, Jamie? 4 home runs per game. Mm-hmm. And the previous high was 11 by the Yankees, as you talk about the Yankees. The Yankees had the record before, but we just beat that record. And the Yankees, of course, set that record in 2020. So 3 years later, we broke that record of 12 home runs in a span of 3 games. But then also when you break those home runs down, in the last 4 games, stay with me here, guys. Last 4 games, the Phillies hit 3 home runs against A.J. Smith-Schwarber, 3 home runs against Spencer Strider, 3 home runs against Zach Gallen, and tonight, 3 home runs against Merill Kelly. So with that, the Phillies become the second team in Major League Baseball history to hit 3 plus home runs, off a single pitcher in 4 straight games, regular or postseason. One more time. Regular or postseason. Going back to the Chicago Colts, not the Cubs, the Colts from June 9th to the 13th back in 1894.
I was going to say, I didn't even know that was a team.
Bingo. I mean, the records that the Phillies are right now setting, 1894 was the last time a team hit 3+ home runs against a single pitcher. And I can't take credit for these stats. I saw them posted by a number of very credible sources like OptaStats.
Like the first
time, OptaStats.
Spell that.
Tyler, you know OptaStats. OPTA stats. Opta.
I see them.
They've got all the stats. That's where I get all my fun facts.
I do follow them, but
they have all the nuggets of information.
I don't recall ever seeing
is the ones that shared with me. I'm just teaching Jamie so many things.
Well, I have a stat for you when you're done.
Okay, so OptaStats is the one that told me baseball was around in 1894, guys. Marshall Lynch, yes, to your question. Isn't that wild? Over a century ago, 100+ years ago, almost 110 years, 111 actually, June 9th to the 13th of 1894, that another team was able to hit 3 home runs in 4 consecutive games. This team, built for the playoffs, built for this, and built different.
I assume that's Tyler chiming in from the chat room there. If your stat starts with "back in my day," it's time for you to go to bed. I would love to go to bed. Honestly,
I would love to go to bed.
I'm not. My daughter decided to wake up at 5:15 yesterday morning after I got home at 1:30. So bed sounds great. When you did say Opta, I saw somebody in the chat say Oppo Boppo, which used to be a Tom McCarthy call that I think he dropped from the repertoire. Because I love Tom and I think he does a phenomenal job, but the Oppo Boppo, not really it. But in terms of another stat for you, Renee, how about this one? With 2 home runs tonight, Kyle Schwarber now has 18 career home runs in the postseason.
Whew.
That ties again. This name pops up, and it pops up because his nickname is Mr. October Cheltenham High's finest, Reggie Jackson. He ties Reggie Jackson by the most home runs by a left-handed hitter in Major League Baseball postseason history. That's pretty good.
History?
Yeah. The history of the game. Kyle Schwarber now has the most home runs by a left-handed hitter tied for in postseason history. It was good to see him. 3 home runs now in 2 games, and when you get a Schwarber home run in the first inning or the third inning, wherever it falls, it does change a game. It's a shame that some more people weren't on base for him, but it didn't matter tonight because the Diamondbacks scored 0 runs.
You can't win a game if you score 0 runs.
That is a fact.
I mean, that's literally a fact. You don't have to be a mathematician or a baseball expert or a sports expert for that matter to know that you physically cannot win a game if you're scoring a big old goose egg.
I found this on the web for Hey Siri. The game Kyle Schwarber has the most home runs by left. And they're tied for postseason history. It was good.
Does anybody else know why Siri just does that sometimes?
Yeah, because you're a boomer.
No. I literally saw the thing spinning. I guess Siri's horny for Kyle Schwarber too.
My Siri doesn't talk as much as your Siri does.
That's the second time in like
a very long-winded Siri answer. Your Siri's quite talkative. My Siri would just be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't get that."
Well, my
your
Siri knows
just gave
me.
us a whole soliloquy of
Kyle Schwarber
random
left-handed
stuff.
home runs. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie's Siri. I don't know if you guys could catch that. I'm assuming you could. Just decided to chime into the chat. Apparently, you guys aren't the only ones chiming into the chat. Siri wanted to jump in too. But yeah, the Phillies. Oh, Scott G quoting our song. The Phillies got the win. I haven't done my song.
It's all you.
I haven't done my song in a while.
Yeah, you asked me at the game tonight if I would dance on Broad Street, and I was like, no.
So yeah, Siri is Jamie's emotional support as well as the football.
This was just a fun football tonight. I wasn't like gripping it. And
maximum boomer for sure. This is what I deal with all the time. This is what I deal with.
I didn't hit anything. You guys saw my hands. Siri just was listening.
Help. Ayúdame, por favor. So I've been saying we are how many games away, guys?
6 more, Topper.
6 games. Seis partidos. That's teams actually. What's games again? It is partidos. Partidos.
Sure.
But the point is we're getting closer and closer to the point of getting tattoos on the show. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready, most importantly.
My wife texted me today from her job that she thinks the ass tattoo is a bad idea and that I should go thigh. And I said, the thigh feels a little sluttier.
You got to think about all the activities you can do properly based on where you do the tattoo.
Well, with a butt tattoo, you literally... So I understand like a butt tattoo. I'm not going to call it an ass tattoo. A butt tattoo is very tramp stampy, but it's also much more covered. Like your butt is rarely out.
Yeah.
Like your thigh is out. I don't know what your like beach wear and pool wear is.
I'm 7-inch inseams at most. That's as short as I go.
Okay. And then also when you're like exercising or you're with the kiddos and you may bend down or something and you get the shorts ride up or something, like we don't want to see all that.
No, I'm not like the first 5 days.
Oh, sitting.
To the touch.
Oh. See, I don't have a tattoo. I don't know what it feels like in those first 5 days. Eugene Krabs is saying, what about a genital tat?
Well, there's plenty of room down there to get it tattooed. You know what I mean, Eugene? I mean, the people asked, Renee. So, no, I think I'm just going to stick with a butt tattoo. That's super short, Greg MC says. Josh, no, I'm not a thong guy on the beach. Big Mike D, you know what's up. He liked it. Jamie owns Assless Chaps, and I see we're fully going into Phillies have a 2-0 NLCS. Let's enjoy this and have fun mode, and I'm here for it.
Guys, please, I don't want to switch into After Dark
A taint
mode.
tattoo. Now, that would be painful.
I'm going to leave again.
I think the taint tattoo is more painful than a face
Ezra
tattoo.
just loaded up the chat. Holy crap. Is that just now? When did that happen? I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't, guys, let's keep this. Yeah, you broke me, Spiral Out. Listen, my family watches just like your family watches. I actually have, my niece and nephew are at an age where they fully can recognize Auntie Nene, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Auntie Nene!" And
I met
it
your
hit
cousin
me-
tonight.
You did meet my cousin tonight. It hit me hard when I got a text message from my family saying like, "Oh, my 1-year-old niece was like Nene, Nene," and I was like, what was she listening to? Which thing did she catch? Because you guys are very inappropriate, and I want to be appropriate for the children because you have young kids. I've got young kids important in my life. Tyler's got a young somebody somewhere in his life. Like, we
I
don't
showed
need
you
them
the
out
video
here.
this morning of my daughter doing this to me in the car, so you can kind of see my parenting style coming through. But that wasn't me that taught her. She just picked that up from watching the Phillies. So
right.
you know, that's on them.
A
They're
butthole tattoo, Lou. Come
my
on, guys.
God.
You guys just come up with the. How old are you guys? How old are you? Why is it that boys/men never grow up? If you notice the common denominator in all of these comments, Jamie, it's what? Boys, not men, boys. I don't see a single female. Where is Lisa? Where is Christy?
Yeah.
Where's our females? There's no females. It's all boys talking about butthole tattoos. Like, come on. This is the problem with society. And this is a whole other rant for a whole other day. Y'all don't ever grow up.
I can't not laugh when you say the beehole word.
That's even a problem in itself.
Well, yeah, but like we're in a professional environment here.
We're
saying,
talking about buttholes. This is disgusting. And like, what? I'm just reading the chat. I'm not even going to say all these words because those of you listening on the
my
podcast
God.
platforms, you don't need to have to hear these words. Yeah, Auntie Nene, I'm trying to keep this. You know, I got little ones that look up to me and they love watching me. And you guys are absolutely.
This is Phillies After
No,
Dark.
Eugene
People get
Krabs.
horny for playoff baseball, Renee.
I'm on the wrong show.
People are horny for the Phillies right now. The slutty himbos are just killing it, mashing. And it's a lot of fun. People are having fun. This is what happened.
Dad, I am so sorry.
You brought up the weenus the other day.
The weenus is your elbow, though. That's such a non-sexual thing. There's nothing sexual about your weenus.
There you go. There's Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Help me out here, Lisa.
Oh, she said her mind is in the gutter 99% of the time.
Lisa, I was counting on you, Lisa. I was literally rooting for you.
Yeah.
Well, Dan Fritz, you're saying the center of the P has to go somewhere. Oh, no. Dan Fritz, a friend of mine. Oh, no.
I know Dan Fritz as well.
You know Dan Fritz?
Yeah. What up, Dan Fritz?
Wow, what
we
a
work
small
together.
world. It's a small world after all.
Yes, it is. And we met somebody tonight, our buddy Ray, that you also knew. So
Yes.
very small world. And yeah, it's a lot of fun being down there. And we saw Julia, our coworker, and her boyfriend Dwayne
Ew.
and their parents. And it was a great time. Ran into my buddy Wilson tonight. Ran into Mike Miss, a couple other old colleagues. And Citizens Bank Park, when it's rocking like that, is such a high. Like, it's just buzzing when you get in there and everybody's happy and everybody's high-fiving and it's just such a great sports environment. It's more close-knit to me than any of the other stadiums locally. Like the Link to me, it's loud and it's boisterous and all that, but it's not the same like communal, okay, Siri. It's not the same communal feel to me as Citizens Bank Park. Like Citizens Bank Park, when it's going on, it's like concourse high-fiving, high-fiving your neighbors all around you in the seats. It's just awesome. I can't get enough of it. I wish everybody had a chance to go down to Citizens Bank Park during the playoffs because it's unlike anything in sports.
It is. And you know what else I cannot get enough of is the Game Time app. The Game Time app, the place where you can go check out some great tickets, prices for those concerts, games, playoff games. Go to the Game Time app, use that code PHLY, get $20 off of your purchase. They've always got low prices and it feels great. You want to talk about no feeling? Well, how about feeling this? A good discount, good prices. When you go to the Game Time app, use that code PHLY to get $20 off your purchase. I am not only laughing at you guys in the chat, talking about weenuses and the Beehive and Jamie's Beehive, but also talking about the fact that Major League Baseball tweeted out a post. And this actually makes me chuckle. It says, snap your fingers. Well, it says fingers, but I'm going to read it as fingers. Snap your fingers, then rock with it. The Phillies head to Arizona up 2-0 in the NLCS. Do you know what song that's from? I feel like I'm always quizzing you on your cultural references that you... Tyler, do you know what song that's from?
I do know that one.
Snap your fingers, then rock with it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Don't stop with it. Do a step with it. Put your hips in it. All my ladies around here, put a dip in it. You can do it like me all by myself. I do it so good, I don't need nobody else. What's happening? What's up? Got them cranked fired up.
Nope.
What's happening? Oh my gosh, I didn't know I know all those words. Got Patron. Okay, so it's Snap Your Fingers by Lil Jon. Snap Your Fingers.
I don't celebrate Lil Jon's catalog.
But okay, catalog. But I was chuckling because I got a random tweet from. I get all these random tweets and posts from ESPN.
I'm not urbanly challenged, Martian Lynch. I love rap and hip hop.
Do you guys know that song?
I'm not a Lil Jon guy. I'm not an Usher guy.
I don't know if YouTube's gonna flag me for singing this too long, so I can't sing along.
Warning.
But the point is, Major League Baseball, whoever's on their social team, I see you. Culturally connected, because it was a nice little post about snap your fingers, then rock with it. It was cute. Yeah. So I was chuckling because I'm like, Major League Baseball has somebody over there. I did say Little John. It's Lil Jon.
Lil.
Oh, excuse me.
Lil Wayne.
It's not little, not Pequeño John.
Yeah,
Pequeño Juan.
Thank you, Greg MC.
It's
I am
Lil Jon.
I am
But
hip-hop.
Major League Baseball's actual Twitter page. This is not Bleacher Report or us, or because we put some random stuff out. It's literally at MLB tweeted, snap your fingers, then rock with it. Not with it, with it. Like, what's happening in the world that at MLB has tweeted, snap your fingers, then rock with it. Do it, do it, do it.
I think MLB's actually having like a little bit of a resurgence here.
Okay.
In terms of, that's like a small part of the pie. But like as of like 5-6 years ago, you couldn't even share Major League Baseball videos on social media without Major League Baseball banning it and flagging it.
That is true.
And it's almost like they finally had this awakening of like, oh my God, we have to get younger and cooler. And now they let you share videos and it has a positive effect on the sport. It's not rocket science. You have to grow with your fan base. And so I think Major League Baseball is kind of seeing the benefits of like, stop being such lame asses. And I think they've kind of wised up a little bit. And I think you're seeing, and look, Rob Manfred said it last year after the Phillies. He basically said like, Philadelphia carried our ratings, our commerce. Like, thank you, Philadelphia. And I think the Phillies are having a big part of the resurgence of Major League Baseball. Kudos to us. We're great.
For sure. And I know, David, you said I'm going off the rails. You know what? When you win 10-0, you're feeling good. You're feeling great. I'm fully off the rails right now. I am complete. What rails? There are no rails. I see no rails. I'm fully off the rails because this is exciting. The Phillies completely dominated the Diamondbacks. And now we love when we can have these post-game conversations about things like what MLB is tweeting, Lil Jon. We can talk about Usher. We're talking a lot about music today, actually. Definitely referencing a lot.
I mean,
but
some of us are talking about music a lot today.
I could feel the heat. It's
fine. I do.
All right, but for those of you guys that are tuning in,
I don't know.
JB's
Usher.
not a music person. I'm a big music person.
No, I am a music person. I
still don't understand what you do when you listen to music.
I tap my fingers on the wheel and kind of like bop my head a little bit.
So I'm a big music person, clearly.
Yes.
So to me, like,
I just think our music tastes are a little different. That's all. I'll never once be in the car and be like, I really want to listen to Usher right now. Like, that's just not, no. Oh, I'm really in the mood for Usher. Let me cue up some Usher. No, that's not going to happen. I'll cue up Wu-Tang and I'll cue up Run the Jewels and, stuff like that. But, like, I'm never going to go to Usher. I'll go to MF Doom before I go to Usher. I'll go Benny Siegel. I'll go Freeway.
I'll go. What? Why would you go
Usher's
to Usher?
Not even anywhere near my radar.
Wait,
nowhere
why
near.
would you go to Wu-Tang Clan, Beanie? Why would you go to those people but not Usher?
Because Usher doesn't do it. Yeah, because they're all better than Usher. Usher doesn't do it for me. Usher's like R&B.
Usher gives you a little bit of everything. Yesterday it was Nicolas Cage. Today it's Usher that we're going down a rabbit hole around. Usher, I don't.
Frank wants to know, Renee, what would your walk-up song be?
Oh my guys, I'd be so lit. He didn't say
Stop
Renee.
it,
First, I
Eugene.
didn't say Renee. He
Well,
said,
I'm asking. He's asking both of us.
he
I'll
just said,
answer
"What
it
would
too.
your walk up?" Listen, I'm a very lit person. If you didn't catch, our tweet earlier, there was a small snippet of me dancing with the Mexican tailgate. Kevin says I remind him of a girl. Oh, I remind you of a girl that you
Don't
once
encourage
knew.
her, chat. Don't encourage her.
You know what? I really thought about my walk-up song. I actually have no idea because I'm kind of torn. I'm a very I like to dance, so it would have to be something that's like like something that's like upbeat. Like, okay, which none of y'all know that song because I don't know if any of you
that
that's
Lil
culture,
Jon?
like Baltimore club music. I know you don't know that. It's like Wu-Tang Clan, and then it's like Baltimore club music. Okay. Like, I would need something where I'm like, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not about that life. I would probably go AC/DC, Thunderstruck, maybe Red Band to Rockweiler.
Greg knows it. No, you do
Um,
not. I don't know if he's talking to
Something
me.
like that, maybe Nas, like for walk-up music. But yeah, I'm not going Baltimore club music. The fuck are we talking about?
If you have a moment, look up
All-Star by Smash Mouth.
Hey
Eugene.
now, you're an all. I actually know a lot of music. You Remind Me was definitely a song. I know. You remind me of a girl. We're just singing now. This is what happens.
This is what the
when
Phillies
you're
do to
winning.
people.
We can sing. I don't know what Tyler, what would your walk-up song be while I stall?
Something nobody knows.
Power
Oh, yeah.
Rangers theme song for Tyler Zulli. He'd go Power Rangers theme song. I do like Wu-Tang because I actually used to Wu-Tang back in the day. I used to be able to Wu-Tang, guys.
Wow.
So I would probably go with some Wu-Tang music, like something I could dance to. I don't know, like not no AC/DC music.
No, Thunderstruck like gets the people going. Tyler knows what I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about.
82 Fight said my walk-up song is greater than yours. Like I would want a walk-up song that when my walk-up song plays, everybody's on their feet and we're dancing. Because that's my vibe. It's like we're all like dancing.
Bryson Stock got people coming around to whoever the hell sings that song. I play it every morning. I forget. It starts with a T. But A-OK. Now everybody in the stadium just sings it.
Yeah,
and it's
that
pretty
is
cool.
true.
The song like stops and the stadium keeps singing.
It is Ty
A-OK.
Verdes.
What is it?
Ty Verdes. Like green, verde.
I like salsa verde. Is that the same thing?
No. It's Ty Verdes. Verdes.
Yes.
No. Okay. Send help. Send help. Mine is the Macarena. Dun, 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 dun. Listen, you can
I remember
rarely
that.
drop a song that I don't know. Okay, but
I could drop a lot of songs you don't know.
give me one.
How much Grateful Dead do you know?
Give me a song.
Do you know Ripple? Do you know Fire on the Mountain?
Sing
Do
it.
you know Althea? No, I'm not singing it. I know a lot of music you don't know. Boom. All right, so game 3, Phillies, Diamondbacks. We get the off day tomorrow. We're going to release some content for you tomorrow during the day.
Oh, yeah.
But it's an off day for the Phillies, for our livers, for everybody in the chat. Catch up on some sleep, get those chores done, because hopefully Thursday and Friday, I kind of feel a sweep. I really do kind of feel like I've heard that. She's in her happy place, singing and dancing over here. But the differential now flips to the Phillies because Ranger Suarez is going to go game 3. I know they haven't named it yet per se. And Tyler, can you help me with this guy's name because he stinks? Brandon Paft. A pap smear. We have to worry about this guy in game 3 with a 5.72.
Not a pap smear. Pap smears are annoying.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think they were fun.
Yeah.
Paft?
No, I think it's fought.
Fought?
It's fart?
Fought. F-O-U-G-H-T, fought.
His fight is going to be over. And look, here's the thing about Arizona. There's going to be a lot of Philadelphia fans there. Now,
Oh, yeah.
they're not going to
First of all, Phoenix is Philly. Let's just call it for that.
Yeah,
there
Phoenix,
are so many
Scottsdale.
Philly natives that live in Philly. Every time I've been in Phoenix, which is like twice, I have met dozens, countless of people that are from this area without even trying. So I know at a game like this, you're going to get so many Philly people.
Yeah, I would say there's probably going to be 25%.
It's probably cheaper tickets too.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, I know ticket prices went down a little closer to game time tonight, but I know standing rooms were still going for like $375, $400, which is outrageous. So Ranger Suarez is going to give the Phillies a huge advantage over Brandon
Fault. Brandon Fault.
Fouts.
Brandon Fault.
Brandon Fouts.
Brandon Farts.
Renee's having a good time tonight.
I said, are y'all having a good time? All right, yeah.
Another
I'm done. I promise I'm done.
Yeah, right.
For now.
Yeah. Another right-handed pitcher. So, the Phillies are looking really good. And then game 4, you're most likely going to have Taiwan, I'm assuming, start kind of backed up directly by Christopher Sanchez. I'm assuming. I would think each of those guys probably gets a crack at like 3 innings. Something like that, maybe 4 if things are going well. But I think the Phillies now have a distinct starting pitching advantage in games 3 and 4. Selfishly, I would like them to finish this out before Saturday so that me and you can just not work on Saturday and get ready for a World Series run here. What are you chuckling at now?
The chat. You guys are so funny in the chat. Thank you, Kevin, that you love me. You know what? It's so remarkable to me. The things that I do on this show that get love. I've been proposed to. I've been asked on a date. You've said you love me. And I do absolutely nothing. And it's just remarkable because apparently that's what I need to do in life too. You guys are still stuck on music. I've seen a lot of artists and song drops that have been happening in the chat right now, Jamie, ever since we have first talked about our walkout song. You guys keep dropping your walkout songs. I'm watching. Every time you comment with your walkout song, I am watching it because you're giving me some ideas. Meek Mill's a great walkout song. Anything Meek Mill. But I would love for the Phillies to sweep. Sweep! Because it feels like after winning the first 2 games, that the momentum is all in favor of sweep. Now, Walter, thank you. He said he loves listening to us too, and he laughs so much. I appreciate
you,
that.
Walter.
I've always been told that I'm corny, so I love that you guys think that I'm funny, especially with Jamie, because, again, definitely have been told I'm not a funny person. But yes, Eugene Krabs, I know you're my first love. I appreciate that as well. Listen, I predicted that the Phillies were going to win the first 2 games, and then over the next 3 away games, win only one of those 3. But after tonight, I don't know how I can still stick by that. Like, I thought this was going to be a series that was over in 6. I imagined between that Thursday, Friday, Saturday stretch that the Phillies were going to lose 2 of those games. But I cannot come out of a 10-0 victory and still feel as though the Phillies are going to lose 2 out of the next 3 games. The math ain't mathin'. It doesn't really make sense to me. So after I've seen this performance tonight, I think at very most we're going to 5 games. And if you're a Diamondbacks fan, which is nobody here, start the writing's on the wall. Your days are numbered. This is it. This is it for you. You have a few games left, and you can't look at tonight's game and think we're gonna win this series. I don't know how you feel that way.
No, they know.
I don't know how you feel that way. So I'm not even originally I know some people thought this was gonna go the full distance. It was gonna be all the way to 7 games. I was predicting 6. But after tonight, at most, I am predicting 5 games because we even had today, we've seen Bryce Harper doing well. Trey Turner's been steady. It's Kyle Schwarber getting a pair of homers. It's Alec Boehm, who we both picked for our players to watch for this series. Kyle Schwarber, boom, because they've been fantastic. I know, Tyler, you picked Ranger, right? Ranger will take the mound.
Ranger can effectively
Thursday.
end this.
Yeah, Ranger is going to come in and end things. It's like our players of the series have literally shifted things. And I know I tweeted out earlier that Alec Boehm specifically, maybe not getting the hits he wanted at bat, but defensively was steady tonight. I mean, you look at a number of the Diamondbacks plays. Boehm had the diving catches. He was on third base cooking them, and then of course came up clutch later in the game to help them to help score and drive and run. So Alec Boehm, Kyle Schwarber, and then next game it's going to be Ranger Suarez. It's the whole team, Greg. I agree with you. It is the whole team. You cannot pinpoint it's just Bryce Harper. It's just Zach Wheeler. That's the difference between the Phillies and the rest of the teams around Major League Baseball right now. Now, I can't speak on what's happening in the ALCS because we're not focused on that right now. But specifically for the NL, the Phillies have an entire team performance that I don't know who I can look at that steps up, and I'm fully nervous.
Who the hell just gave us a thumbs down? Show yourself.
Oh, we got a thumbs down.
Yeah, we got a thumbs down. I don't
While
like that.
While I was talking?
Yeah,
was
Renee,
it me?
you just got thumbs down. They booed you.
Oh, no.
Everybody else thumbs up to counterbalance that. We don't need that negativity in here.
No, we got 1 thumbs down and 40 thumbs up, and they just thumbs down while I was talking.
Yeah, it flashed. There we go. There's a thumbs up to counterbalance it.
Everybody go hit the thumbs up button.
Take that, hater.
That was so rude. Maybe they're a Diamondbacks fan. And
somebody
you're just
was asking
bitter.
why, and I was wondering this myself. Why the hell is their mascot a bobcat?
But I don't understand
why isn't it a snake?
Because when you're not a real team, your mascot's all over the place. Is it a snake? Is it a bobcat? That's 2 totally different things.
Circle this ass.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Where did you read that?
Nowhere.
Was that on the chat?
No.
Where did you get that
The
from?
circle the wagon is they're saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't understand how you get a bobcat from a snake.
I don't know what that is, but
So a diamondback is a snake, technically.
Yes.
Which, is it a real snake?
Oh, Ryan Gluck says that was me. I misclicked.
Oh. You know what? Accountability, baby.
Yeah.
That's how we do things in Philly.
He just Alex bombed. I fucking hate it here, and then totally redeemed himself.
I love that you called him out, and then Ryan was like, it was me, guys. Remove the thumbs down. It's a thumbs up. Okay, now we're back up to 52.
Yes.
Woo!
And somebody else in the chat said 5:07 start on Thursday.
Yes!
Yes! I'm so excited to not be here until 1 a.m. That's going to be very cool. You know what else is very cool? A new sponsor of ours called Hero Bread. A delivery came to the studios the other day, and people gobbled it up. It was gone before I could even get my hands on it. But right now, with an online purchase using code PHLY, you get 10% off your first order. Hero Bread is awesome. I did get a little nibble of a piece before everybody ripped it away from me. But why should you start using Hero Bread? What makes them then better than every other competitor you've used before? It's easy. Taste and texture. This bread is soft, fluffy, delicious, and it just tastes like normal bread. It's a primary nutritional interest, high fiber and/or ultra low net carbs and 0 grams of sugar per slice. I've been eating total ass during Red October, so it's time for me to kind of right the ship a little bit. You get that discount code for first-time purchase, PHLY, for 10% off at hero.com. Hero makes sliced breads, buns, and tortillas that are available on hero.com and Amazon. Secondary nutrition, fewer calories than the leading national brands, only 5 to 10 grams of protein per serving. Right now, Hero Bread is offering the PHLY family 10% off their first order. Just go to hero.com and use code PHLY to save on Hero Bread today. That's HERO.com to save 10% today. It's fluffy and delicious, Greg. You got that right. But 5 o'clock start on Thursday. I'm very much looking forward to that. Getting home at a normal time. And I fully believe the Phillies are going to be up 3-0. And that's all she wrote for the Diamondbacks.
Okay, so while Jamie was reading all that, I was just doing some diving because we do jump on the show as soon as the game is over. We don't have time to prep. This is no prep. This is off the cuff. First of all, yes, a diamondback is a rattlesnake. It is venomous and dangerous and all that. It's cute.
It's no
cute.
joke.
It is no joke. So whatever. I don't know how I don't know why there's different mascots. But also I saw a tweet that went out and it's kind of going viral. It's picking up some steam. That a news station out of Phoenix has been trying to find a Diamondbacks fan at Citizens Bank Park for an interview.
I didn't see one.
And they looked for 2 hours, not 1, 2 hours, and couldn't find anyone. And so there's like a video clip of them over and over again looking to find somebody that they can talk to at Citizens Bank Park that is a D-backs fan, and I love the fact they couldn't find one. Listen, tonight was Flyers, Mexico, and Phillies. No Germany fans, no Diamondback fans. It was completely all us. So, yeah, I agree with you, Greg. Series is over. That's a wrap. I know I saw some more song drops in the chat earlier. Oh, Tyler, I was going to say scroll up if you can, but you beat me to it. I saw some other song drops. Yeah, Schwarber is back.
Like ass, guys. Like ass.
Wait, what?
If you see some of the comments, people think I said something.
I thought you said ass?
Yeah, except there wasn't a like there.
I thought you said ass?
Yeah.
Did you like ass?
Oh. You'll get there. I've been eating like ass. Red October is not good for the liver or the stomach or anything else. I've been eating a lot of pizza. I had a cheesesteak tonight, by the way, which was just in the warming rack. I got to say, Citizens Bank Park, you brought your A game. That cheesesteak was delicious. Yes, Renee, you finally got. She got up there, guys.
I just got up, guys, because you know what? As a female, my brain's not on the same wavelength as all of you. I didn't realize. I thought you said when you were talking about the hero bread.
Yeah.
Oh, you said you've been eating like ass. Oh, JB, you got to do better there. Yeah. You got to do better. Okay, next read. Let's make sure.
Well, I have been eating like ass. Like ass. All right. There was a streaker on the field tonight. Missed that. I've lost my co-host. And there she goes. All right. Well,
we don't even have a single shot for you.
Yeah.
You just got to sit and watch Renee laugh.
While Renee loses it, Tyler made a graphic over there.
The serious one or the stupid?
The stupid one, please. You think I want serious right now?
Pick up with that.
No. What is it? Huh? Trogdor. Do you get that?
What?
No.
Wait. Show that again, and you got Trogdor?
What's it from?
Some stupid website like 20 years ago.
I have no idea. Yeah. All right. Trogdor. Does anybody in the chat know Trogdor?
How do you spell that?
Trogdor.
The dragon is loose.
Oh, Trogdor.
There it is.
Oh, Trogdor.
Yeah, just keep saying it, and then it's going to start making sense.
Listen, in full disclosure, once it gets... Yeah, I do snort after.
There you go.
I do snort when I laugh.
Star Runner? Sure.
That's a Trogdor?
I don't know.
Listen, it's after 12 o'clock.
That sketch looks like my sleep paralysis monster. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, oh no, Dan for just saying that's your toilet after a while, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know where Trogdor came from. Is that a show?
Nobody knows. It's just a website.
Trogdor the Burninator is a dragon created by Strong Bad when asked to show his skills as an artist. So it's about the letter S, and it's kind of built off of that. Well, I mean, I think what I want to just make very
Phillies in 4.
is it's after 12 o'clock, and it's past my bedtime. I mean, my phone is asleep right now.
Yeah, you set your phone to sleep.
Yeah, I put my phone to sleep because after midnight, you're not catching me. But here we are. We're still live. So... yeah, let's talk about the postseason picture because I know we have been loving the fact that as you talk, Greg, your comments are always spot on with what I want to say. So we're here right now. The Phillies are hot. Yes, the Phillies are absolutely hot right now, but so is Texas. The Rangers up 2-0 against the Astros. The Phillies up 2-0 against the Diamondbacks. The NLCS, ALCS right now, completely one-sided. And not only is it 2-0 for both, it's very much dominant 2-0 victories. I mean, each team had one game that was a close game. We saw the Rangers in game 2 and the Phillies in game 1 where they let their respective opponents kind of come back and make it somewhat of a game. But other than that, it's been very lopsided right now to start. When you look at how the LCS has been going across the league, it's been wild. And I know people were saying before, like, Major League Baseball is not going to let us have sweeps. Okay, let's throw that out the window because I don't know why people assume that the league has any control over how these postseason series go. That's not true. That's all a conspiracy theory. It's not actual facts. The league does not control it. It's up to the teams. And right now, these teams are showing us that they're ready to have a sweep and move on to the World Series. I'm not really seeing it being a 6 or 7 game series for either side, Phillies or for the Rangers. If the Astros are able to make that somewhat of a series, I'd be very much surprised. Just as much as I'm surprised that John No Trogdor and Jamie's butt-eating comments.
What? I just said I was eating like ass. That was the comments that said that.
So I don't know that we're going to have a series out of either of these two. But what I do know is Texas is no joke. I agree with you. And the Phillies are no joke either. So right now we're seeing like very lopsided series.
Yeah, so John in the chat asked who gets home field in the World Series. If it's the Astros, the Phillies have home field advantage because they won the season series. They had identical records. Unfortunately, the Phillies got their asses whooped in Arlington, Texas in the very start of the season. I think it was the second series of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So unfortunately, because I think they all finished with 90 wins, if I'm not mistaken, Tyler. So then it goes to the tiebreakers, and the Rangers did beat the Phillies in the season series. So unfortunately, if the Rangers move on, they will have home field over the Phillies. But again, who cares? Like, this team doesn't give a flying bleep about that at all. So Aaron Nola, no, the opposite of Aaron Nola. Merill Kelly was quoted in the locker room after the game as saying, "My comments were kind of taken out of context and made into something more than it should have been. I knew it from the start that the energy was going to be loud. I know those fans bring a ton of energy." Does he make those same comments if he wins tonight? No, probably not.
I don't understand. You know what? I think I'm in the wrong career. I think that teams need to bring me in to help them prepare for how to do a post-game interview. Because after game 1, if I'm Merill Kelly, who did not clearly obviously pitch in game 1, gets asked about game 2 and about Citizens Bank Park, the politically correct response is, it's notoriously a very loud atmosphere. We've got to go into game 2 and just focus on ourselves and what we can control and just take care of business. You know, it's Philly always has a great turnout, but we're not really focused on that. We're focused on what we can do. We're focused on how we play. We're focused on the Diamondbacks. We're focused on what got us this far. We're focused on what helped us be undefeated in the first 2 seasons. There are so many answers you can have. Yet you decide to go with the fact that, oh, I've been in some other games. When I look at the WCBC, sorry, World Baseball Classic, WBC, I had to get my letters straightened out there. Alphabets. I've been in the WBC and it was louder and blah, blah, blah. Nobody asked you for all that. That's not the question we asked you. We don't need all those answers. We don't need all that context. And you know what? You can very well believe that this is not the loudest ballpark you've been in, but do not say that going into game 2 at Citizens Bank Park. If you believe that, I would actually rather if Merill Kelly waited. You go into game 2. If you're the Diamondbacks, you try to win game 2 instead of getting beat 10-0 and held scoreless. If they were to win game 2, now maybe in the post-game presser, you're coming out with some BS of like, oh, yeah, you know, I know a lot of people have been talking about how loud it is here. I didn't feel like it was as loud because you've actually played at that point. You didn't play in game 1. So how are you going to come out talking about how loud it is? It's totally different in the dugout versus when you're standing there out on the mound by yourself, solo dolo, throwing pitches inning after inning, and the crowd is chanting your name. Tonight, they were chanting for Merill Kelly. Last night, Merill, we were not talking about you. We weren't chanting for you. We were talking about Zach Allen. So I just cannot stand the fact that at the end of the day, sorry, Marshall Lynch, do not report me to HR. I cannot understand the fact that these players, series after series, have continuously been coming for the Phillies when we're not coming for you. Do you see Bryce Harper talking about the Diamondbacks? Do you see Kyle Schwarber talking about the Diamondbacks? Do you see anybody, Zach Wheeler, is anybody talking about the Diamondbacks? And I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the case. We're not talking about other teams. In your post-game pressers, and I've been a player at a very high level, in your post-game pressers, you're just talking about your team, what you did well, what you could do better, what you're focusing on moving forward. That's it. That's it. There's no need to bring us into it, Merill. So I don't understand why we saw it with Orlando. We saw it with Merill. Like, when do you learn how to properly conduct yourself in a post-game interview? And apparently I need to help teach them what to say and what not to say because they're not getting it, Jamie.
Yeah.
They're not getting it.
And Ryan in the chat says Merill didn't even warm up in the bullpen pregame, but it wasn't as loud as the World Baseball Classic.
I just don't understand.
Well, you know where people are talking about the Diamondbacks? DraftKings, because you can take advantage of them and make some money off of their inept play right now. Things are heating up in the ballpark. Every team is trying to finish the season. The Diamondbacks are trying, but it's not going to be effective. And make it to the big dance. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you won't miss a moment of the baseball action. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets by betting just $5 on baseball. All customers can take a crack at sweet paydays with DraftKings same-game parlay. String together multiple bets from a single game for your shot at a major payout. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code PHLY. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets by betting just $5 on baseball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code PHLY. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccp.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.com/baseball for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. All right, it's late.
Boo.
The Phillies are up 2-0. Renee and I are going to be back live on Thursday. It is a 5 o'clock start. Praise be. But we'll have some content for you tomorrow and all of that. But I think bottom line is everybody feels great. And it looks like we're going to have back-to-back World Series on our hands in the most mush-free, jinx-free way possible because the Diamondbacks are dead. The Phillies killed them tonight. For Renee Washington, Tyler Zulli, and everybody else here at PHLY, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate all of you in here in the chat at Citizens Bank Park. Everybody's making this a hellhole for the Arizona Diamondbacks as the teams now fly back out west to the cozy, lame confines of Chase Field. We will be back soon. We love you all. Thank you so much. Go Phillies. 6 more. Topper.
We all silly like the mayor.